Hi friends, welcome to Testing Tutorials Point. This is Lokesh and today we are going to discussing about a different type of weight techniques in Selenium. Means what all that weight techniques are presented in Selenium we are going to discussing about today video. Okay, and basically weight commands are presented. These commands are essentially when it is comes to execute a Selenium test cases. See, basically, when you go into automation for Selenium using Java or C Sharp, any language, then that moment these wait commands are required. In this, basically, to help that observing and troubleshooting issues that may occur due to a variation in a time log. See, basically, what will happen while you executing Selenium WebDriver using Selenium WebDriver, you are executing a test case. That moment, the page is loading, it will take so much of time. That moment we are going to using this way techniques and we can able to troubleshoot and whatever things like any issues for time being time logs, then we can able to use this wait conditions while running like entire page. While we are running the page, that moment if it is the page or that particular button or anything, if it is not visible, then we can able to get the message like a element not visible exception, or the element is not visible exceptions are we are going to get, right? That kind of exception we can able to get because of that element, means that particular button or text box or radio button or drop down anything, if it is not loading in time of that, then we can able to get this kind of exceptions. To overcome that issues we can able to use our wait techniques. And Java having credit sleep, but it is not recommend that method to use our Selenium automation. There are some wait commands must be used our exception to avoiding. This is basically that wait commands the direct test execution to pass for the certain length of time before moving into next step. Means we are stopping that particular operations to stop, and that once it is loaded, then you can go for next step. Like that, we are going to stopping certain time of execution, then we are going for next moment. That moment these wait commands are very helpful. This enables the WebDriver to check if one or more web elements are present, visible and clickable. Like that, it is we can able to use this wait condition. Why do we users need to Selenium wait commands? Why we can able to use means, see, when a web page loads in a browser, various web elements like a button, link, image that someone wants to interact with any load at various intervals. See what will happen if you are using if you are not using any wait technique or waiting some condition, then what will happen? The page is not loading in time of that. Then our Selenium method it will try to click a button, a link, image, any place. But unfortunately, that button is not loaded immediately. Then what will happen? We will get for element not visible, like that exceptions, right? When you using the various elements for this wait conditions, different intervals, then we can able to uh, click that particular button. Correct. This achieving purpose, we have three different wait conditions. One is implicitly wait and explicitly wait and fluent wait. See, implicit wait means this is basically implicitly wait a direction that Selenium WebDriver to wait for a certain measurements of the time before throwing an exception. Before throwing an exception, some measurements time being what time we are indication, until that it will wait and it will go for the next step. And once we open the browser, then we can able to wait certain time. Once this time is set, a WebDriver will wait for that element before to executes occurs. Means it will not execute any step until the time is comes Exactly. If you provide the 30 seconds once the page is loaded and maximized, then if you are providing 30 seconds, then it will wait until 30 seconds, then it will go for the next step. Means it will come after 30 seconds only, it will start that execution. Implicitly wait stays in a place for the entire duration for which the browser is open. Means entire browser it will open until that it will the duration it will wait. Means default setting is 0 for that implicitly wait. The specific wait time needs to be set by the following protocols. Means we can able to set the time. This is the import method we can able to set for implicitly, and this is the syntax. Driver dot manage dot timeouts dot implicitly wait 10 and time minute dot seconds. This is a 10 seconds. It will take 10 seconds until that 10 seconds it is reached. Means it will start 0 and intervals it will create 10 intervals, then it will wait up to 10. Once 10 is closed, then it will go for 11th one, then it will move to execute next step. Until that it will wait that execution to complete entire section. Okay, then second section is explicitly wait technique. Okay, this is basically WebDriver is a directed to wait until a certain condition occur before proceeding with execution the code. This setting by default explicitly wait is imported in case where there are certain elements that naturally take more time to load. See, this is also like how implicitly wait is presented. The same way explicitly are also presented, but only one thing is different. Implicitly wait, you will wait for entire page is load. Here is explicitly wait is basically it will take certain web element to open. Means it will wait until that web element is visible. Your time being. Okay. In one set implicitly wait command, then the browser will wait for the same time frame before loading every web element. Means implicitly wait, it will wait until all the elements are appears visible. Correct. To overcome that unnecessary, like unfortunately some websites, what will happen? It will load immediately. Like once the page is loaded, then all the elements are presented. But implicitly wait, we are declared 30 seconds. First second only it will appear, but it will wait until 30 seconds. It will not go for next. Then it is a time waste, right? Then where that element is not visible, to use particular web element until that element is visible, then we can able to go for explicitly wait to more intelligent. But we can able to use this explicitly wait for particular specific web element only. Means implicitly wait it will all elements are visible, but explicitly wait specific web element. To improve or implicit weight, since it is allow the program to pass a dynamic load Ajax elements. See, in case if you have that web application having Ajax elements, then it will not load immediately. That moment we can able to go for this explicitly wait to proceed for the next step, because explicitly wait it will specific web element we can able to apply for wait technique. There are some exceptions which will come, and see this all explicitly we can able to expect it, like some error messages are also presented. Alert is present, element selection state to be, element to be clickable, element to be selected, frame to be available and switching to it, invisible of the element located. Like this so many we have these methods. Okay, basic syntax is explicitly wait, WebDriver wait, object and new WebDriver, and it will take WebDriver object and 30 seconds, and it will take this syntax and we can able to use for that explicitly wait purpose. Another final one is a fluent wait. Fluent wait is basically to overcome that the minus point for explicitly weight to overcome for fluent weight. Is a fluent weight is basically to mark the maximum amount of time for Selenium WebDriver to wait certain condition web element become visible. Same how explicit weight, the same way this fluent weight also presented. And by default, we can able to declare like it is also to define frequently WebDriver to check the condition appear before throwing an error, like a element not visible exception. Okay, fluent weight looks on a web element repeatedly at the regular intervals until timeout happens or until the object is found. Means explicitly weight also do the same thing, fluent weight also do the same thing, but it will create every interval and it will wait until that object is presented or until that element is found. Okay, and this command is basically most useful interacting with the web element that can take a longer duration to a load. This is something that for Ajax applications what will happen, this fluent weld also one more advantage is presented, and we can able to do some pooling period for every iteration or intervals. That time we can able to use this Ajax calls to find properly. And also there is a way for this. What is advantage for the fluent weight? Which see now explicitly wait what will happen? You declare that 10 seconds, but first minute only that web element is presented. Then also it will search and it will wait until 10 seconds is completed. While you are going to use a fluent wait, what will happen? You found the first second for that particular web element and it is loaded and it is found. Then what will happen? It will jump to the next step because it will not wait to complete after visible that element. If it is found, then it will not wait until our time duration is complete. And if it is find that first second, 9 seconds it will remove and it will go for the next step to execute. This is the main advantage for the fluent wait. This syntax also some like confusion will happen. See, wait object we can able to create new fluent wait. It will take WebDriver reference and with the timeout and seconds pooling every time. Means if you are declaring um, 10 seconds, then pooling time we can able to declare like a 5 or 2 or 3. How many times it need to be pulling every time, ignoring that exception, this is a one. And web element we need to create and wait until new function WebDriver web element. Then inside that we are going to declare public web element apply for that WebDriver one, and returning for driver dot find element we are going to declare for the value for that particular one. This way we can able to declare, we can able to apply our fluent weight. This is a theoretical explanation for entire this video, and I will go through that next videos for this one like I will explain each weight condition separate video, like implicitly weight one, explicitly weight one, and fluent weight one video. I will go dividing and I'm going to making for more understandable with the programming how we can able to use this weight techniques our real time, right? I hope this video you like that, and if you like, please subscribe my YouTube channel and please share your friends and colleagues. Thank you.